right, before we state the obvious here, my voice is absolutely fried from journeying back to my hometown and dealing with the weather there, and coming back to Texas and pollen. I'm almost 30 years old and somehow nature takes me out. And it's also 1:48 in the morning. My girlfriend and my son are sleeping, so I'm recording this and trying to be quiet. I saw a tweet that instigated this, a title that you've read. If you've listened to any of my previous videos, you've probably heard me talk about how I think that there's going to be a turn when it comes to content. You can kind of look at this as things like fashion, people talk about this a lot with, tend to have their ups and downs. Say, for instance, right now in the fashion space, what I've seen is the 2012 emo style is kind of coming back. I don't know why that is, where it came from, who kickstarted that again, but I'm seeing that. And in the content space, it looks like a lot of people are getting sick and tired of the corporate speak, chopped up, highly edited videos. For instance, the reason I'm doing something like this, no face cam, polarizing in some sense. I don't typically like to go the same route as everything else that I'm watching. It just kind of makes me feel like I'm copy and pasting a lot of things. That aside, I saw a tweet where somebody talked about how in the Superman movie there is a scene that is being credited with someone being brave, I think it was, for even making this scene, where it is a 12-minute talking session. I gotta look and see what they even called it. James Gunn says the biggest risk he took in Superman was including a 12-minute talking scene in a superhero movie. Are you kidding me? A talking scene? This would just be normal conversation. Saying that people's attention spans are so cooked that they can't listen to someone talk on a screen for 12 minutes back and forth is utterly insane. There is no way we've gotten to that point already, right? It wasn't that long ago we were watching movies on VHSs, sitting there for hours on end, watching the same thing on repeat, knowing what's coming next and still being very captured by it. And now we're talking about how 12 minutes of conversation is being brave. I don't understand. I've never been one to have to sit and be like, ooh, dopamine hit over and over and over again. I had my times where I lived out in the country, I had no internet, then we got satellite internet and it was god awful, but I was bored. It was okay with me being bored. The whole reason I even came up with wanting to do this whole content creation thing in general is because I had time to sit there, to think, to ruminate on what I enjoyed, to be bored and actually focus down on the things that gave me those dopamine hits because they weren't so readily available. Now I feel like we're switching from content that is very edited, highly attention based, to things that are to be longer form. People actually want to sit and enjoy, to absorb the thing that they are enjoying and actually see the value in it rather than watching things all hyper cut together over and over and over again. At some point you lose the creativity, people start to look at it as a formula and replicate it. And now you're seeing 10 million pieces of content that are all the exact same. Just statistically, if you think about it, people are going to eventually want to swap over, and the chances of people wanting to swap over to longer form content rises every day. Every day, there's going to be an increasing number of people that are sick and tired of the over-processed thing and are hunting down content that is more thoughtful, time's put into it. There is genuine authenticity and you can feel it. It's something that you can't put down in a spreadsheet or follow in an algorithm. It's going to be something that is actually felt by people. God, I remember playing the same missions on Assassin's Creed. I paid extra attention to the things that I enjoyed. For instance, when I played Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, I was so captivated by the history that I was learning because parts of it were accurate. I learned about dumb things like aqueducts. I remember that to this day because it helped me in my social studies class in middle school. If I would have had a fried attention span, I wouldn't have paid a lick of attention to that. I probably would have lost it 5 seconds after. And me being a dad, like I mentioned earlier, I have to worry about whether or not my son's attention span is going to be absolutely fried. I went to the mall 2 months ago and watched a lady with a tripod mounted to her stroller try to entertain her child while she went to the restroom. Come on. I don't know if you guys can hear the disgust in my voice, but seriously, take a second, own your mental space. It's not that hard. Unless you're so buried into that you have no previous experience of any downtime that it is that hard, then you extra need this. Take a second for your time. pause this video if you have to. Take a breath. The world is too hectic as is. Why do you insist on just taking in things in such a high rate of speed? You don't have a second to process literally anything. On one hand, I'm super excited for what my age range is going to bring to the table when we get into areas of government. After all, the old people do what old people do. And on the other hand, I'm worried about the kids coming up because, good God, I thought that adults thought that we had it bad whenever we were young. They would tell us it's the damn phone, and I'm starting to believe them. I don't even know. I could probably look at the hours I've spent on my phone right now while I'm saying all this, and I'm sure it's not great considering I have a job where I get to sit and read books on my phone. Let's take a look and see what it is. Screen time. Oh, it doesn't even say it. Was I not tracking this? Oh, it says daily average 36 minutes. That's gotta be a lie. Where's the, oh, I don't know if this is, oh, day. This can't be correct. It says that I spent 26 hours in one day on my phone. Oh, it's because I use my phone as a webcam for streaming. It has one app and it says 21 hours, 59 minutes. I was about to say, am I about to be a hypocrite? There's absolutely no way. If you take that out of it, it's about 5 hours in the day. I guess with my pretty relaxed job and I can read books for hours on end, that makes sense. Oh, also, an hour and 48 minutes of it is the lights that I turn on. I guess that's activated as well. 55 minutes on TikTok, 33 minutes on Instagram, 12 minutes on photos. Most of my stuff is in the social and creative apps, which completely makes sense for what I'm trying to do. So I guess I'm not being a hypocrite, thank God. Talking about this stuff, I would not want to do that. There's a lot of things going on, obviously, but please, if you're going to take anything away from this video, take away the fact that you should take a little bit of time for your own mental health, especially in today's day and age. Like I said, there is way too much going on. Take a second, look into some mindfulness. It really will help you overall. I was at a really rough time in my life, especially pre-COVID and during COVID. Just social media exposure can be a hell of a thing, and you kind of get blindsided by when it's a bad thing. You don't really see it coming. So make sure you are being proactive and taking a second for yourself, even if your social media content intake isn't as bad as some. Mindfulness is never a bad thing to practice in general. Like I said, I know this is a different one than what I typically do, but go down in the comments, let me know your thoughts. If you enjoyed this, leave a like, subscribe. If you guys want to watch me live on streams in any space, all my social medias are down below. Whatever platform you enjoy, I'm more than likely there. That's gonna be it for this video. I will catch you guys in the next one.